Welcome to another episode of This Charmed Man, a first-time reaction series to the TV series Charmed. And I'm actually recording this in the middle of March, which is only just after my unexpected hiatus around the Oscars, for which I deeply apologise. I think I missed 3 weeks in the end, but I just had so many other things that I wanted and needed to do that something had to give, and unfortunately it was this, which really frustrated me because I love doing this. So to make sure, or to try and make sure that doesn't happen again, as soon as I finished editing the last batch, which I recorded back in February, I'm recording a new batch, and hopefully I'll have this all edited and put together, and I'll have a lot more leeway in the future. So yes, I'm going to do, hopefully going to do a bunch of episodes tonight. I'm starting earlier than I usually do, so I think I'll probably get maybe 3 or 4 done tonight, and then manage to edit them on into the future. So yes, this is episode 15 of season 1 of the original series of Charmed. Is there a Woogy in the house? Am I supposed to know what a Woogy is? Is there such a thing as a Woogy? Well, I mean, the one thing that comes to mind is I did say a couple of episodes ago that maybe eventually they would get to a poltergeist. Maybe a poltergeist? But, I mean, that phrase, I mean, is there a Woogy in the house? I mean, is there a doctor in the house? So is Woogy some kind of title, maybe? Like a yogi, maybe? I have no idea, but whatever it is, it's a pretty silly title. But I guess we'll find out what a Woogy is, and if indeed there is a Woogy in the house. Oh, well, it's San Francisco. Eventually they're going to have an earthquake, won't they? Is that their mother? Or grandmother, actually, probably.
Oh, God. There you go, Grams.
Okay, grandmother.
Earthquakes give me the jeebies.
Would that be the Phoebe-jeebies? I don't like them, but I don't go running through the house naked screaming run for your life either.
Okay, that is such an exaggeration. I was wearing slippers.
I kind of like to see it, though.
Okay.
Yes, I know, I'm a perv.
I don't know. I called someone to come out and check. They should be here any...
It's a shame Leo's not around anymore, isn't it?
This Buckland's VIP specifically requested for the dinner party to be here. Now, Claire may have prodded me into agreeing, but the point is, I did agree, and
nothing has changed.
Okay, well, this just turned into an episode of I Love Lucy.
Well, let me check it out, see what's up.
Great, thanks. The basement is that away.
Okay, so is he the friendly guy who's going to be killed instantly, or is he the bad guy? Because I could go either way.
Look, Phoebe,
And in a gas leak situation, don't use the light
Don't even
switch.
I believe Phoebe pronounced it Woogie Man. Or was that just the buck teeth?
Okay, I was 5 years old, you guys.
Woogie. Alright, so Woogie is a 5-year-old's version of the Boogeyman. Okay. Oh, so it's the monster in the basement. That's actually kind of cute. Is that a crack in the floor? Oh, what infernal hell has been unleashed?
You have freed me, and now you will help take back the house.
Take back the house?
By tonight, there will be no more problems.
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Especially when delivered in that monotone. Yeah, something with the shadow. That's pretty cool, actually.
Which one do you want?
I'll just be upstairs if you need me.
Yeah, something tells me that Phoebe's just volunteered.
Phoebe.
Now, did that deliberately sound like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors? Feed me! But, yeah, I mean, this whole plot line, oh no, the dinner party's going to be ruined, and the important client's going to come to our house and have a dinner party with us. That's straight out of an episode of I Love Lucy. And it honestly doesn't really make much sense with the setup they've established. I mean, yes, Prue needs to impress people at Buckland's, to keep her job, the tenuous grip on the job, but a dinner party at her house, particularly when her sister runs a restaurant. I mean, they're deliberately making the I Love Lucy type plot. Yeah, so even in a 4.5 earthquake, all that happens is some of your art gets knocked over. Oh, and look, there's tilted pictures on the walls. Still not straight.
A little down on the left.
Yeah,
Thanks.
still not straight.
Oh, Prue, Halliwell, Professor Whittlesey.
Beth, I can't tell you how excited I am to be spending the evening in a house with such history.
Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. I mean, if there's somebody who is fascinated by the house, but given this show, is there something spooky and supernatural going on as well as just
the original
being
house that stood on that
obsessed with the
spot was
architecture?
a masterpiece. But it had to be rebuilt after the earthquake of 1906 when it was completely destroyed.
That's right around the time my great-grandparents moved in.
Metaphysicists believe the land to be what they call a spiritual...
Okay, so the great-grandparents
Just standing
moved
after this
in
morning's
after
rumble.
the Great Quake of 1906. So was there something mystical there beforehand, and the witchy family moved in?
Clara Jensen, 93. Last bottle.
Mine. Look, why don't you try this? It's got a robust flavor, good nose, great vintage. It's probably better than the Calera.
I'm impressed. But why do you want it so bad?
Because it's got a great body. Look,
Cue
I'm making
pun.
chicken, and I need that bottle more than you do.
Look,
I'm
sorry,
actually impressed
I've
that he
already been
didn't
to
make
3
the
wine
obvious
stores.
pun
Lunch
there.
break is long over.
Well, I grew up in a house with 2 sisters, and I know how to do this. Oh wait, I can't use my powers for personal gain. But it's not really personal gain exactly.
Yeah, there's so much grey area about that whole personal gain thing.
Help me!
That's one of those subtly creepy things. Yeah, you walk past the painting and it's tilted again. And I love this. Even a woman in her
What's wrong?
mid-20s, I would guess, is afraid of the basement.
I could really use a hand down here.
How many times have we seen this kind of scene with you going down into the depths?
Gramps? Phoebe, going back to bed, honey. Go on.
Oh, she actually witnessed it. But yeah, I mean, going down into the dark basement or down some dark stairs. Oh, Barbarian. That's a recent example. That was fucked up. That was, yeah, a very creepy film.
Keith? I'm a good witch. You can't take me.
You'll fight me at first, but in the end, you'll do everything I ask.
Oh, so is this kind of a body snatchers kind of situation? I mean, obviously for the maintenance guy,
Don't
it's
worry,
convenient that
I
it's
can
the episode
handle
after Leon
myself.
leaves.
It's me, the culinary pachyderm.
Well, that's a wrestling name if ever I heard one. The Culinary Pachyderm.
Kit? Hey!
Yeah, when the cat leaves the sinking ship, there's bad stuff afoot. Okay, well, that's
Phoebe.
interesting.
It's okay. It's okay. I thought he was gonna kill me. I didn't even have a chance to freeze him. Where'd you get the bat?
I
Good
don't know.
question.
It just sort of.
I mean, manifesting stuff? I mean, what's the goal of the Woogy man?
He doesn't have a record, not even a parking ticket. He's a family man, church volunteer, Little League coach.
When good coaches go bad.
Yeah, because Little League coaches are always great, aren't they?
Mom and the gas man who was checking your house. Got a little rough with Piper. Prue.
That's the second. Everybody gets a static shock when they go through the door. That's an interesting detail.
Wait a second, time out. Our powers are supposed to progress, not grow at random. And if it did grow, I would think that it would at least be premonition-esque. I smell Book of Shadows. Did you do something?
Okay, I just saved Piper's ass. Where were you?
Phoebe.
I mean, the thing is that from what we as an audience can see that Phoebe is doing sort of like the whole evil twin thing, but as far as her upside down now, that's definitely creepy. Okay, but I mean, the sisters, having grown up with Phoebe, it's just another example, another manifestation of the bad sheep of the family or whatever. And making a nail file look menacing, that's quite impressive. I mean, this idea of
Use the powers.
yeah. I mean, and maybe everybody's getting shocked, but I mean, maybe this is also feeding into that thing that Phoebe has always wanted, an active power, as Prue said a minute ago. But she's saying that wanting an active power rather than a passive one.
Something weird is going on.
Is anyone gonna answer?
No shit. I mean, isn't that the motto for the entire show?
Wait, am I seeing
And
things,
yeah,
or did you just come from the
vampy.
basement? Wait, what about the Woogie Man?
Vampy Phoebe.
It's just a story, remember? Welcome to Halliwell Manor. My name is Phoebe. I'll be your cruise director this evening.
You see, that is actually, I think, a very good piece of acting, because that line can be said in many different ways. It's sort of like a flirty way, in a playful way, and in a menacing way.
Duck medallion. Sans medallions.
That's my sister, the magician. Usually it's a dove or a rabbit.
And again, evil twin, mischievous black sheep.
Okay. Oh my god. Call a plumber.
Oh, is that an Athame?
Complete and total disaster. Somebody just kill me now and spare me the agony of cleanup.
Ask and you shall receive.
There's no other house in the city quite like yours.
Because of its architecture?
Because of its location.
Right, you mentioned that something about some sort of a spiritual
Nexus. It's mythology, really, but it's believed that when a geographical...
So,
point is
essentially,
equidistant to
what she's
five
saying
spiritual
is that this house is on a hellmouth. And with great power comes great responsibility. How many pop culture references could I jam into this episode?
Would you like the grand tour?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's start in the basement.
Aren't you the same girl who said, and I quote, everything will be fine?
Where's Phoebe?
Well, I think she's giving the professor a,
Tour. She showed me the bedrooms, the solarium. I found the basement particularly intriguing.
Beth, are you okay?
Okay, so yeah, she's possessed.
Fine.
But
Okay,
does this mean that the professor and Phoebe are possessed, or
Professor.
has it
I'm only
transferred?
Sorry you didn't get to spend more time in the house. I'm looking forward to hearing your explanation of tonight's events. Need a ride?
I just have to tie up a few loose ends here. I'll try and make it.
Try hard.
And the boss being that bitchy doesn't actually make a great deal of sense. I mean, she's the one who imposed this party on her employee at her employee's house. And now she's being bitchy about it?
That is it. We need to...
Oh, Prue.
Prue, are you okay?
Oh, and the Woogy man has now got possession of the house. She's the only... Well, it is the only thing in the house. Oh, unless the cat counts.
You don't live here anymore.
You're doing the same gesture and the same door close from the end of the first episode that we saw in the credits.
We've tried everything. If our powers can't get us into the house, what can?
This is more than just Phoebe. She said that he told her to do this. So who is he, and what does he want with Phoebe?
Maybe that's the problem. We've been focusing on Phoebe. Maybe that's not the point.
Maybe I'm starting to get Buffy for Flashbacks, but to the library.
Whatever has the house has her too.
I mean, they need to do research, don't they? I mean, because clearly the great-grandparents took over the house from something, and saying that the house is on this mystical convergence.
I'll be waiting.
And now the picture's burning. I mean, they're getting so much mileage out of that photograph of the grandmother.
Let's go. Please, Mary.
Hey!
She's being arrested?
I don't know. Professor Whittlesey had just begun her seminar when she turned and suddenly started choking me.
Alright, so is he now infected as well? What's that? That film with Denzel Washington, the one where the demon goes from body to body to body. It's pretty good.
Some things, pal, you shouldn't know.
Like what? Like what?
And if you know, you should never ever tell.
Beware my wrath.
A spiritual nexus is a point of incredible energy.
Equidistant from the 5 spiritual elements.
That's right. It's a place or thing that could be swayed either way.
Equidistant from the 5 spiritual elements. The dark side or the light side. There's another pop culture reference for you.
Look, ladies, I'm going to follow her, make sure she's okay.
But yeah, I mean, having
so feel free to browse around in our
this
office
house is the centre of being equidistant in the full thing. Yeah, I think he probably is infected.
We have to know what we're up against. Wood, that park that Mom used to take us to, Kinwood.
Named after the type of tree that grew there when it was still a forest.
Okay. 3 out of 5. Earth.
Twin Peaks, highest point in the city.
And last but not least, metal.
Tiffany's.
Cute. Natural metal. Okay, 4th grade field trip, we panned for gold. Where was that?
So yeah, very, very convenient. Just a bit of string and a map of San Francisco. And I bet the writers had to really work for that. Yay, pentagram.
Of a pentagram.
Hello, Inspector.
Phoebe. Hey, I stopped by too.
Just in time. I think there might be a gas leak. And I'm home all alone. Do you think you could look it over?
Sure.
Now, let's be honest here. If Alyssa Milano did that to you, what heterosexual man wouldn't be a little bit tempted?
What was that? The house is letting him out, right? This is the only second that its guard is down. You're brilliant. Thank you.
But is Andy infected?
Oh my. She's frozen.
Good.
No. Remember, our powers don't work on good witches?
That's a bit of a specific, because it doesn't work on good witches. I think up until this point it's only been it doesn't work on witches. So I think that's an added thing for the sake of this particular episode.
She took a tour of the house, including the basement.
Ooh.
Noises don't help.
The gas man said that's where Phoebe was. And we know she's been down there.
No, Piper, it was just a story.
Once again, you have seen and done some really, really crazy shit. Believe that there might actually be something there. I mean, just automatically saying there's nothing there when everybody's been in the basement, so there's probably something there, but automatically saying there isn't anything there?
Any fantasies about how you want to die?
Phoebe, listen to me. This isn't you.
Give the girl a prize.
Look, whatever
That is a huge machete.
Hasn't completely beaten you. Otherwise, we would be dead by now. Grams must have thought that this evil might come back, and that's why she told us the story.
Well, how do we remember the words? I never even believed in the Woogy Man.
No, but Phoebe did. She knows the story by heart.
I mean, this is fascinating. I mean, the idea that stories have power, giving you information, or in this case, a spell that you need in the form of a children's story, in the form of a children's rhyme. I mean, that's basically the purpose of fairy tales. I mean, in this case, it's a very, very specific incident which they're dealing with. But yeah, I mean, the power of words, the power of stories, the power of narrative, I think is very much here. It's pretty cool, actually.
Phoebe, you've got to listen to us.
I love the fact that, as far as Alyssa Milano is concerned, evil equals lots and lots of eyeliner.
I am one too strong to fight. Return to dark, where shadows dwell. You cannot have this Halliwell. Keep it going, Phoebe. Go away.
The spells in this, there is some really awful poetry.
Anybody home?
Office hours aren't until 5. Piper!
Okay, let's have some rebound sex.
Oh, I just came by to see how you, Professor Whittlesey, was doing.
She seems better. Hasn't choked anybody.
But
Good, so you'd say she's
I mean,
back to normal.
my caution remains. I mean, any man who shows any interest in any of the girls, particularly Piper, automatically assumes they're a warlock.
Clara Jensen, 93.
Yeah, battle's been waged over this one.
Not today, I'm too tired. It's actually very nice.
Don't sound so surprised. You know, I am capable of a kind act or two.
It's good to know.
Oh, he's so going to turn out to be evil, isn't he?
2-week suspension.
I mean, up until now, I didn't even think I had a dark side. I mean, not any more so than anyone else.
Yeah, well, the important thing is that the good side won out.
Yeah, but I must have been more susceptible than either one of you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have chosen me, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, the Woogy Man or whatever it was, Phoebe was the first one he had the opportunity, or it had the opportunity to attack. I think it was just a thing of opportunity, not inherent weakness or anything.
Okay, it's time. Every witch before us is added to the Book of Shadows. We need to warn who comes next.
Okay.
Who should do it?
This a new stage in the development of the mythology. I mean, actually adding to the Book of Shadows. I mean, for everything that the Book of Shadows is, it's either way too small or way too big. But actually adding to the Book of Shadows, that's. I wonder how many times that's actually going to happen. But happen for the first time. Okay, so a lot of stuff in that. So yeah, I mean, ending the episode with adding to the Book of Shadows. That's an interesting development in the mythology, a development in the possibilities for the show. The idea that the house itself was built on that specific spot because it is the centre of this mystical convergence, this magic Wiccan convergence. It makes sense in the mythology of the show, and the fact that the great-great-grandparents, a witch family, deliberately built the house there, presumably in order to trap that shadow or Woogy man or whatever the hell you want to call it. It feels like that might come back because it's permanently under the house, so it's going to break out again at some point, I would bet. But whatever it was, whatever you end up calling it, I think the house was specifically built on that spot for a reason, and saying it's the centre of the mystical convergence, the equidistant between the 5 elements, or the 5 magical elements. Yeah, I mean, in theory, or on paper, that is a really, really good idea. But then you have to create the elements, the points on the map to draw the pentagram on. And some of those ones were really, really weak. I mean, like saying Earth was the highest peak in San Francisco, and saying that water was the bay. I mean, in San Francisco, you draw a line in most directions. Eventually, you're going to end up at the sea, at water. So, yeah. Great in theory, but in practice, coming up with something you say, oh yeah, that represents metal, that represents air, that represents water. Yeah, Alyssa Milano playing evil and wearing lots of eyeliner. Is it so much to ask to have Alyssa Milano running around the house wearing nothing but slippers? Yeah, yeah. Oh, come on, I've got to be a little bit pervy. The professor's assistant, or TA, or whatever the hell he was, Josh, I think, looks like he's going to be coming back for more episodes. Maybe some rebound sex for Piper, but I'm betting he's going to be a warlock and or evil, because of course he is. So it's going to be interesting seeing if he shows up again, and if he does show up again, how many episodes he shows up in. That's going to be interesting keeping a track of. And then having a little bit more about the grandmother and how the grandmother raised the 3 daughters, and having that scene of the flashback, having Phoebe put her hand on the portrait, on the picture by the basement door, and that connecting her to her grandmother, and having that really, really simple but really, really effective thing of the picture of the grandmother constantly changing, like having it shifted slightly or having it upside down or even bursting into flames. I mean, that's very simple but very effective. So yeah, there's some good creepy stuff there. I'm absolutely convinced that shadow creature or Woogy man or whatever it was in the basement, it is going to show up at some point. I mean, it has to. I mean, now you've established that there's something literally underneath the house. Surely you've got to do that again at some point. The question is when. But so some interesting stuff, some good stuff. Don't think there's too much else to say. I mean, I was starting this a lot earlier, so I think I'm probably going to get 3 or 4, maybe even 5 done tonight. Can I finish? I doubt I'll be able to finish the season tonight, but I'm going to put some work in tonight and hopefully get some more episodes recorded, and then the editing process shall begin. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. I'm liking the journey that I'm going on. So on to the next one, I think. So for this episode, All that remains for me to say is this is a presentation of the Yay, Nay or Meh channel, and I will see you next time where I shine a light on TV and cinema, both obvious and obscure.